I'm Antre'chelle, the electric personality. Are you hungry? Well, it's time to eat. And today, we'll be eating with Sis.
Hello, I'm Latoria Lemon of Lemon Limelight Media. We are a full-service PR company based in Houston and Atlanta. We work with a lot of entertainers. We also work with a lot of nonprofit and faith-based companies. I've been doing PR since I was 19 years old, so this year makes 11 years. Oh, Lord. Almost 12. I'm a proud graduate of Clark Atlanta University, also a proud Houstonian where I graduated from Westfield High School. When I'm not doing PR, I'm probably operating my other business called Let's Talk Teen Talk, which is a full production company for special events for teens. I worked on campaigns for Lisa Ray, McCoy, Leela James, David Banner, Tamar Braxton, and the Braxton Family Values, Slim Thug, DJ XO, a lot of artists that are Houston-based. So like just Brittany, we worked with her on her rebranding about maybe 6 or 7 years ago. We've also secured a lot of major placements for TV shows, as well as entities like the Houston Rockets and special events.
All right, Latoria, you ready to eat, girl?
Am I? I'm starving.
All right, let's eat, sis.
Yes. You hear my stomach growling?
I didn't hear that, girl, but I'm not listening for it either because mine over here doing her own thing.
Let her do it.
Let's do it. Ooh.
Use it.
This is falling off.
It looks so good. Oh, yes. Whoever made this put their foot in it.
They did. That's a nice little cruncher. Crunchy, Sam. You heard that? You taste that little side, that little juice.
The little juice is the little marinade.
The juice on that side.
That's it. I cooked this.
Girl, you did good. I'm so glad.
I'm a chef.
Let's talk it up. You are one of the most sought out public relations specialists here in Houston. How did we get there?
By accident.
So let's talk about the accident.
So when I was a freshman in college, I applied for an internship with an entity called allhiphop.com. And so at the time, All Hip Hop was like a shade room. Long story short, I applied for the internship, did not get the internship at all. But later that night, the publicist of allhiphop.com, she called me and was like, hey, I think you should go into PR. I have an opportunity for you, and so forth and so forth. And so I was like, okay. So I ended up talking to her, and she offered me a temporary position with Essence Magazine. And so she was working on a project with them. So I worked directly with her, and I was about 18 or 19, and the rest is history.
In today's social media intergalactic world, everybody is either doing it for themselves or hooking up with the person who can get it done for them.
Right.
What is a publicist? Is it something people say that makes them sound good? Or what is your role as a publicist, as a public relations specialist?
That's a good question. So you're right. A lot of people are hooking up with publicists, and a lot of people are now doing PR, but it's like, okay. It's a little different from what I know.
Right.
But PR stands for public relations. A publicist is who you are. PR is what you do. So if you look at the first 3 letters of publicist, it's pub, which means publicity. So our job is to bring you publicity, exposure, and visibility.
So you're not my manager?
Not at all.
Are you my personal assistant?
That's a no.
What is the biggest misconception of a publicist? Because I see you make so many amazing posts about what a publicist does and does not do. So what's the biggest misconception about a publicist?
I think a lot of times people think once I have a publicist, I have my whole team. And so now I've gotten to a point where when I work with people, I want to see who's on their team or if they have a team. Because there's been some people that I work with that have excellent brands, but then you look up and it's like, okay, I'm so overwhelmed with this particular client because they don't have a brand manager or an assistant or sometimes even a babysitter. You wear all 20 hats and you don't want the public to view it as, oh, well, what's going on in their team? So you want to make it look good, but at the same time, it's like, okay, wait, in order to have an efficient team or an efficient brand, you have to have an efficient team.
Absolutely. So that's a great thing that you stated when you're saying you have to have a brand manager, you have to have a manager, you have to have these people on your team, even a babysitter, if you will. What happens when they're not properly staffed? How does it affect your job? That's it. I hit that one. I hit it. So you hit it.
I was gonna say the Astros, but they're going through something right now.
Right.
You know what? It affects my job, but it also affects their brand as well. So with my job, if I'm trying to pitch you for an opportunity, or I'm trying to, secure you a placement or something, and we look up and I secure this amazing opportunity, but then your calendar is super full with stuff that I had no idea about. You may need somebody to manage your calendar. You may need an assistant to say, okay, here's what is on the schedule, or here's what they downloaded to me and dumped off their brain so that we could, effectively run. If you look at a machine cannot just run with you just plugging it in. There's a whole lot of things that's in that machine that makes it technical. So if you want me to run, or you want your team to run, or your brand to run like a machine, make sure you have all the components. Like, I can't wear 50 hats and still be enthusiastic about my role. It just doesn't work that way.
You're doing your good talking today, Latory.
Thank you.
You're doing real good. You sound like you preach a little bit. You got a word in you.
Well, God may have me be a first lady later in life.
Baby. You never know.
You never know. She is single, but
So let's talk about what if somebody wants to be a publicist? You know, there are often tools and trades that we all have to learn on so many different levels. And what type of skills or toolbox that I need to put in my toolbox to be a publicist?
So in order to be a publicist, you do wear many hats as a publicist. Rule number one is you must think like a journalist. So in thinking like a journalist, would you want to receive a bland pitch? So if I had to pitch, this food, and I say, hey, ABC 13, you should really feature this salmon. Like,
what about the salmon, girl?
Who cares about the salmon?
Right.
But it's a whole nother story if you're telling people, hey, I understand that the month of March is Women's Health Month, right? It's actually International Women's Month, but we're just structuring it for the pitch. But it's Women's Health Month, and salmon is known to decrease the level of XYZ in a woman. So if we feature salmon and spinach, and we also maybe bring in a personal trainer that can show how if you exercise during this time of the day, you have yourself a pitch. So you need to think like a journalist, think like a producer. So not only should you think like a journalist, you need to be able to write like one too. PR is a lot of writing. Before I got here, I wrote a bio and 2 press releases, and that's just on a small day. You never know what content that you're going to have to write and put out, and so your writing, you have to have good writing. You have to have good skills in that, and then secondly, you have to, or thirdly, you have to really know and understand the content and your niche. Like, you could be talking about, things that are in entertainment, but I'm pitching you about gardening tools. What does that have to do with anything? So all of that is very, it all goes hand in hand with each other. And then at the end of the day, you need to know how to speak. I can't tell you how many clients I've gotten where I've had to provide media training. Like, okay, no, we don't say that.
Wait, you mean you have to teach them how to talk on the TV? You got to teach that too? Give me an example.
Well,
and a good one.
A good one. Let's see. Oh, Lord. If every word you say a cuss word after it, or it's like, all of this and hand motions and
hold it down,
and and it's to the point where even I'm scared. Like, hold on, what we doing? Where's my purse? Hold on. What's going on? You know, you just tone it down. It's never what you do, it's how you do it. So you can still be your authentic self, but instead of saying the D word or, you know, this isn't a rap song. Or I've worked with some rappers that because they're rappers, sometimes they're long-winded. And you look up and you're like, okay, this is a 3-minute segment. And you've only gotten to say this much of what I needed you to say.
Right.
And it's over.
We need a hot 16, sir.
That's all we need.
That's all we need.
We don't need the chorus too.
Hot 16.
And we don't need you to chop and screw it. like pick a struggle. We just don't have the time and the energy for it. No, we can't do it. No, not gonna be able to.
Girl, I'm with it. Listen, this feels good.
It's so good. I'm so glad I made this today.
You did a good job on cooking our food. Thank you so much. And it's nice, light, and healthy.
It's so healthy.
Yep. Latoria, I could talk to you all day.
Likewise.
You definitely know what you're doing. You're highly sought out.
Thank you.
You are definitely a trusted source.
Thank you.
I think it's time for a toast.
I love it.
Toast to you, Latoria.
Toast to you.
For using your black girl magic out here representing yourself, your family, and everybody, and even putting on electric personalities like myself.
I love it. Yes.
Now let's toast to you at home by taking care of Latoria. Give them some nuggets, some words to live by, just so they can be the next Latoria Lemon.
Awesome. So definitely toast to anybody and everybody that's watching. My biggest suggestion, don't be the next Latoria Lemon. Be better than Latoria Lemon. Start now, grind, treat people right, understand the importance of sisterhood, understand the importance of research, knowing your lane, and also understand the importance of giving back to the next sister.
All right, and that's a toast, and that was a great toast, and I think we're here, and thank you so much for watching Eating with Sis with my sis, Latoria Lemon.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. This came out real good healthy. Watch Eating with Sis every Wednesday night at 5 p.m. Central, exclusively on my website, Antre'chelle.com.